Today we talk Fort Lauderdale, Moonlight, Viola Davis, Donald Glover, Meryl Streep, Chris Brown and Solja Boy, Yahoo spellcheck, and more on today's Headlines with Headliners.
In the Navy. The Navy.
Why aren't you dancing, Nate?
Aren't you in the Navy?
I suppose I am. We'll get to that at story number 7. In the meantime, how was your guys' Christmas and New Year's?
Bum, 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 bum. I still wanted to do that a little bit.
Oh, okay.
Bum, 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 bum. How was you?
That was Steven's move. Steven's our white correspondent who works
He's
behind the scenes.
producing the show.
We
Oh,
like
you
calling him
missed it. He's our correspondent. He be jumping in with all the info now. You'll hear him.
Oh, please do that.
Yes.
Phenomenal, Steven.
So,
Phenomenal.
I had a cold date, if anybody wants to hear about it in a quick second.
Yeah.
Okay, so what happened is I met this guy at AutoZone.
Wait, who are you?
What do you mean? Oh, hey guys, it's your girl, Kanisha Bus.
And who are you?
I'm protesting. I'm protesting the fact that Nate doesn't want us in sketches. So if I could kneel right now, I would kneel every time.
I can't.
What
My
part of
knees
what
are
I
bad.
said says don't? You can't be
Every
in
time
them.
Nate speaks to me, I just feel like I need to kneel.
Some people are hearing impaired.
I need to play for the 49ers and kneel.
Who?
So I'm protesting.
He's Kaepernick.
Okay.
Kaepernick.
Go Hawks.
In protest of Nate, I am Tehran. Find me at I am Tehran all across social media at Snapchat, Twitter, and Instagram, where I'm going to be posting hella sketches.
Dope. Mr. Nate Jackson everywhere. Check that out. NateJacksonComedy.com. Nene, the date.
Okay, so I met this guy at AutoZone, right? He was in the passenger side of his best friend's, right? This is a true story.
Trying to
holler at
you.
me. But I gave him my number, okay? So he picks me up. Now, everybody knows that I am a dating opportunist. So you don't have to have a lot of money. You can have a lot of, like, I don't judge people. So he picked me up in a car that didn't have a headlight. I was like, I'm still going to go. So he took me to the beach.
Didn't have a headlight or the headlight was out?
No, the glass, everything was missing. But I was like, I'm still going to go because, he's a single father. That's admirable.
He drove up in the Fetty Wap?
Yes, he's a single father. He's been shot 11 times. He's trying to get his life back in order. I feel like I'm going to give him a
He's been
chance.
shot 11 times?
Yeah, at
so
one
he's
time,
60
though.
Cent.
No. He got shot on the 4th of July, too, so nobody knew he was hurt. It's a long story. So it was intriguing. So I went on the date. But he was kissing on the back of my neck, and he goes, ooh, you like that, don't you, Nicole? And I was like, yeah, I'm not Nicole. So,
Wait, what did he say
Hold
after
on.
that?
go ahead.
So what did he say after you were like, yo, I'm not Nicole?
Go ahead. Because we're at the beach. He took me to the beach, and there's like little swing sets or whatever, and he's kissed me on the back of my, and he goes, I don't know who a Nicole is. So I just kind of step away, and I get on the other swing, and I'm swinging. I'm going, just tell me. You can be honest. He goes, no, my baby's mom's name's, Kirsten. This is not. And then he goes, well, the only thing I could think of is my daughter's middle name is Nicole. And I was like,
You were like, gush.
no, I was
He
just.
called me somebody he already loves in the game.
So,
Actually, it's incest and pedophilia.
She doesn't see none of that. All she hears is he already
No.
loves this person and he called me
What
that.
He called you his daughter's name.
okay, this is what I
It's
thought.
one thing when you call him daddy.
I know it is.
Which I do, right? Go ahead. What else?
But this is what I was thinking. He said that he hasn't really been happy in a while, so his daughter's what makes him happy. So I feel like in his subconscious, everything, that's what he thought of, and that's what it came out because those endorphins and those happy
And
feelings
then you saw his
connected.
picture on America's Most Wanted.
No, he's a
Right.
good. He's
For kissing little girls on the
and-
neck.
The Amber Alert
He
was
kissed
out.
you on the neck and
You're
then
like,
called you his
hey,
daughter.
That Amber Alert,
That's
why
a
is
lot.
it this car? It's Winky car. Winky
Hilarious.
Eye. And it was the Amber Alert, and you were in the car.
Right. She's looking for that license plate. He's like, little do you know, you can't even see the plates while you're in the car.
I can't stand you guys. Well, the
true.
car breaks down. Anyway,
Oh.
so we break down on the highway. Now, my ex-boyfriend, his people has a tow truck company. So in my car, it said tow truck. So I called the tow truck people and, hey, this is so-and-so's girlfriend. broke down. So when they get there, it's not them. It's a dude I used to date when I first moved to LA. So he get out the tow truck and is like, yeah, I thought you didn't have my number no more. So it's very, very awkward.
Hilarious.
So now we're in the back of the tow truck and I am crying. Like I can't stop laughing. And he's looking at me and I'm trying to text him the situation because the dude in the front is grilling me. And so then we get there and he doesn't.
Wait. What's being said?
It's just like, so what you been up to? You ain't called. You know, what's been going on? And I'm
He's
just
completely disregarding the dude you're with?
Yes.
And the dude you're with is like, I've been shot 11 times. Does he know
No.
that I'm 60 Cent?
No, well, he does have his car on the back, so what he could do, and it was a hookup price, you know what I'm saying? So, but then he didn't have the money, so I ended up having to pay majority of the tow, which I didn't mind doing. It was like, whatever, you know, he was already embarrassed.
Tow or?
No, it was just, it was
$110.
Okay. So, yeah.
Reasonable.
So, but it was fine because I feel like you should help people when they're down, whatever. So then we get back to his house. My car is at the TGI Friday. So I go, man, I want some wings. I'm going to go eat. I'll see you later. He's like, well, I'm hungry too. So I assume he got money on the card. So we get to TGI Fridays. He's like, oh, my homeboy is the manager. We're going to get hooked up. So he walk in like, yeah, let him know Big Ed in the house. So the manager come out. We order a bunch of food. The manager doesn't comp the whole bill. But as he's talking to the manager, he hands him the bill and he hand me the bill and don't even look at me.
So he was like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? That's crazy. I was just developing.
And I'm sitting there, I'm already tipsy. I'm like, I am not the type, I won't embarrass anybody.
Sure.
I don't. So I paid the bill because I didn't want to embarrass him. And
How much was that bill?
It was only like $25.
It's not even worth talking about, but go ahead.
Yes.
No,
well,
but it's still $25 that she shouldn't have paid. She just hooked up the hookup for the tow truck and paid for the tow truck.
Yeah.
He should have had the
The prices she's paying for the lessons she learned are minuscule in regards to what dudes be shelling out.
Yes, they are. Yes, it is.
$25.
But I didn't mind. It wasn't about paying. It's the way he handed me the receipt, which was disrespectful as hell. So that's
He didn't even look at you.
Yeah, it was just like, yeah, you got
He
this.
didn't even have an explanation.
You should have stayed home. We was already at your house. So, and then I dropped him off, and then he didn't text me, did you make it home? And then he hit me the whole day later. Said, thanks for showing me a good time. But that's because I had offered to give him a ride to work. So I just didn't.
Did you
You
sleep
offered to
with
give him a
him?
ride to work the next day?
Before all the bullshit
Did you
happened.
sleep with him?
No.
Okay.
But I did tell
Not
him he
yet.
had to.
What's the over-under in the fact that she will sleep with this man?
Wait. No, hold on. You told him that what?
Well, when he paid, I didn't want to say this, but I'm gonna just be honest. When I paid for the tow
paid, you were
truck,
like, "You got
I
me
was
to
like,
eat
yeah,
out."
you're gonna until I say stop. And he was like, man, okay, I got you. So,
Yeah, she's in the zone, all right. The one time she has to pay for something, the guy automatically owes her a session.
That's
Yes.
just how it works when
But
girls
if we
do it.
say we are cochino, oh pig, huh?
yeah.
Pay for a $25 platter of, what was it? Applebee's?
TGI Fridays.
They got unlimited appetizers. You got hella food for the low, a tow truck for the low, and you're like, you want me to eat out. You're
Yes.
disrespectful.
You did him a favor.
No, but she
and-
said until I say stop.
Yeah.
He didn't ride the tow truck till he said stop. Why does yours got to be till his fingers are wrinkly?
Because
I'm
I
so
like
sorry.
that power.
Oh my
He
God.
took her out and then made her pay. I'm so sorry.
No. He went with her to eat.
No, he took her out on a date.
Yeah. No.
Car broke down.
No.
She
I heard a
picked her-
distinctive moment where
My
the date
name was
ended,
somebody else.
and then she started up a next
He
event.
invited himself on her own date.
She
went-
said what she was about to do and was like, well, come on.
Well, no, my car was already at TGI Fridays. I was like, man, I'm hungry. I'm gonna need some wings. He was like, oh, I'm hungry too. So that's how we ended
Yeah.
up at
Okay,
Fridays.
so let me explain.
But that doesn't perceive, to me, I don't hear, ooh, I'm hungry too, as, ooh, I'm about to go pay for mine and your food, sweetheart.
But that's
Let's
what
go.
a man
But we're
is supposed
gentlemen
to do.
and we do that.
That's what a man's supposed
And
to
then
do.
he goes, my homie about to hook it up too. So
How much food did you order? The value of the meal was?
I don't know. I never seen the bill. I
But if
just
you had to
TGI Fridays,
estimate.
if you buy everything on the menu, that's $82.
yeah, probably something like
No,
that.
This wasn't
you
Cheesecake
can go
Factory.
crazy at TGI
I spent
Fridays.
a couple $100 TGI Fridays.
Yeah,
Okay,
but I'm
I don't
saying-
know.
It was drinks.
I don't know. I've
It was
never
$25
really
total.
been.
I want to know what it prospectively could have been.
I don't know.
If you had to guess.
Burgers, nachos, wings, a couple drinks, and there's French onion soup. Got to have my French onion soup.
Yeah,
he took a bunch of food home too.
You ate about 80, almost $100 bill.
Okay,
Right?
and if they were going Dutch,
Mm-hmm.
you're right. Here's the problem. Here's the problem. He picked you up in a car with no headlights.
And I
Everything
still went,
after that is your fault.
no,
Like
it's
real
not.
talk, it's your fault. It's like it's your fault. And I know girls, they'll meet a guy and then be like, oh, where'd you meet him? Oh, he just got out of jail. But it's your fault.
Well, I feel like I'm an equal opportunist dater, and I don't think there's anything wrong with giving people a chance that aren't on this crazy level. He's trying to get his life back in order. He's a single father. I like this conversation, so I'm not gonna. I know I'm out of his league, but I'm not gonna go. You know what? I'm not gonna go with you because you're missing a headlight.
That's nice of you. But here's what I don't understand: if you met him at an AutoZone, cue the song. Why was he still missing a headlight? You met him at a place where he could have just got
a headlight.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
All he had to do was get in the zone.
He was already there because he couldn't afford it. And the girl he brought to AutoZone wasn't about
Did you tell him what you do?
No, he thinks I just drive Uber and that I'm a teacher's aide.
So he doesn't know
idea.
that he's about to be on a headline.
No.
Does he have a job?
Yes.
Okay.
No, he doesn't.
Yes, warehouse. All felons
okay.
work at the warehouse.
Okay. Well, I'm just trying to figure out if he did all this because he felt like you were a jackpot. I think in comparison.
Well, the only
Did you
reason
tell
why
him you don't have kids?
He knows that I don't
That's
have
what he
kids.
was-
Well, she
That's what he
was
was like.
a jackpot. Her car had both headlights. So that
Both
was a
headlights.
come up.
And as soon as she said
That
she didn't have
Prius
kids,
a
he was
come
like,
up.
she has expendable income.
Not
How
only-
many kids does he have?
He has one, but he sat at the nail shop with me 2 days ago, and I had like
He
hundreds.
just sat there?
Yeah, why he met me up
So
at the
he's
nail
broke,
shop.
but he actually gives effort and time out.
Yes, he
Because
sat at
he
the nail
has
shop.
time. This nigga don't work. He's Tommy.
Yeah,
But I had a whole bunch
if
of
you don't
hundreds in
got-
my
look,
purse.
man, if you ain't got the
Without
bread,
the
you got to
money.
give that time of it.
See?
He's sitting there with her just
The whole
talking,
time.
doing nothing.
And while I was drying, he gave me a massage. You guys, while I
Yeah,
was drying.
he's putting in the free work. They went to the beach and were on swings.
It's not free. He ate and he got a ride and he got a towel.
He's a gigolo right now,
Yo,
but she's
right
paying
now-
him for that quality time. Is he a good listener?
Yes.
Does he have good stories?
He got shot 11 times on the 4th.
Did you hear about each bullet?
I got to feel the scar. Ooh, it's incredible.
You know what's even funnier about that?
What?
The person who shot him 11 times was his ex-girlfriend.
Hilarious.
Oh me.
Right.
I
She
hate
tried
you
to shoot him
guys.
12
And then she
times. That
took-
last bullet
she
hit
took
the
her-
headlight.
She took the headlight.
That's where the headlight's at right now. Get in the zone. Out of zone.
Oh, get all right.
Hilarious. Look. Oh, Steven's going on. You said 6'6".
We got a meme. I'm 6'7", got 2 felonies and an open murder case. I got 3 babies and 3 baby mamas. Her.
You said 6'7"? That's how girls
My
act
dude is
sometimes.
6'4", like 350. Like I like big, black, beautiful men. So yeah,
Good for
he's.
you. So now y'all are a thing.
No, I'm not talking to him ever again.
Fine.
Get in the zone.
AutoZone.
Yeah, she's out of the zone.
I'm out of the zone.
Yeah, so you're not talking to him ever again?
No,
Not even for closure? Because he's going to be blowing you up.
I know.
Next stomach rumble.
Well, then I'm gonna just let him know what I didn't like.
There you go.
That's it.
I don't even know what I did on the break anymore because that just broke
What'd you
my
do for
break.
Christmas? What'd you do for New Year's
Christmas,
Eve?
I was in Vegas for shows. New Year's Eve, I was at the Laugh Factory for shows.
That's it. Shows.
Anything
and
special
hoes.
happen?
Work.
Well,
Anything special happened in Vegas?
I mean, we shot a bunch of sketches.
Ooh.
Dope.
Yeah.
In
Oh
Vegas?
no! Actually, the group of people that they shoot sketches with,
Yeah.
they're like, "Oh, we don't have any new people." Nate told us not to tell.
Yeah,
them.
it's that's how the sketch world is. But here I am trying to work my friends in. All I asked for was 4 days notice, and they can't hear that part. They're like the girls saying, "Did you say 6'7"?
Did you say no
Did
more
you
people?
say
right?
more people?
Did you say we can't? No, I
that's
never said that. I heard we can't. Did you hear we can't? I heard we can't.
Did you
I
hear
heard
we
I heard
can't?
we have to turn in our
We
cell
can't.
phones. Actually, you told me to kill myself. Wait, what?
He did say kill himself. Didn't he say kill me? Didn't he say kill me?
did.
I heard it.
Yeah, speaking of people who should have killed themselves, let's go on to story number 1. 26-year-old Esteban Santiago, an Iraq war veteran, was arrested as the perpetrator of the Fort Lauderdale airport shooting that left 5 dead, 6 injured, 36 injured in the panic, and countless people scared. 4 of the 5 victims have been identified as 62-year-old Terry. I got to do all the names? Okay. 62-year-old Terry Andres, 57-year-old Michael Ohemi, 70-year-old Shirley Timmons, 84-year-old Olga Woltering, and 1 other unidentified victim. Santiago is said to have had mental health issues. 2 of the 3 federal charges levied against Santiago carry the possibility of the death penalty. His family said that he went crazy in Iraq.
I believe it.
Well, that's what they said, but the initial reports were also that he was ISIS, and especially because he looks the way he does.
Yes.
It was, he's definitely ISIS.
Until
The
I read
reports were-
Santiago, I was like, wait a minute, who did it?
Exactly.
Santiago, we're good.
The question is it a form of PTSD? Apparently, he had gone to Alaska and tried to turn himself in, saying that he heard voices in his head. that
And that the
were directing
CIA
him
was
towards
trying to
ISIS.
make him become ISIS.
And that's what he said. Now, there's a very big conspiracy that the CIA is actually behind ISIS, which is why this connection is very interesting. We also saw a similar case in the shooting in Orlando, in the gay club shooting, where the person there was also somehow tied in as well. So I don't know what's going on. I just know that whatever happened, it's a very unfortunate, tragic event. And the people that he shot that's why the names are on there, because their names mean more than his name. Those are people who got killed and they died. And so often we vilify the perpetrator and forget to humanify those who were victims. And
They were still reporting this story, and I diagnosed it. I was talking to my mom, and I was just like, somebody pissed him off on the plane because he waited, went to baggage claim, went to the bathroom, then came back, and he was shooting at somebody in particular. I said, anybody get shot close in the head? And they were like, yeah, one man did. I'm like, dang, that's who he was trying to kill. And everybody else, he just is a bad shot.
I don't know. I know a lot of people with PTSD, and I know that a lot of people don't get, when they come back from war, the proper care to adjust back into society.
Right.
And the littlest things can trigger them. That's why you have even a lot of officers that end up killing their spouses and their kids and things like that. So anything can make you flash. So something on the plane could have sent him into a flashback, and in his mind, it was something else going on than actuality. Oh, somebody ate his peanuts. You know what I'm saying? Like, it could have been something that
he may
did
have thought
get
that
triggered.
they were the ones that were terrorists.
Yeah, that triggered on the plane. Also, I do believe that, people are set up and people are manipulated through their mind. And when you join the military, you do give up a lot of your rights and you undergo certain tests and experiments.
You give up all of your rights.
Born Identity. We all saw Born Identity.
Yeah, you see Born Identity, from Tuskegee experiments to all these things that happen. So when somebody says something like that, even though it sounds outlandish and crazy, you really got to go. It could be a possibility that, they were trying to get him, to be whatever. And I think his last name kind of saved him, because if he had a different last name, I think they would still try to connect him with ISIS, which
Esteban
was
El Akbar.
Honestly, they didn't have to make his name Esteban Santiago if they didn't want to. Based on his face, it's not like we're gonna be like, he looks like an Esteban. No. They could have been like some type of Muslim-based name they could have put on there, and we'd have been like, dang. And I would have waited till we came in and be like, Tehran, what do you think? Is that really?
They did that to the Beltway Bandit, remember?
Yes.
And he was all of a sudden John Allen Muhammad from Jamaica, the Muslim.
Jamaican Muslim.
The Jamaican Muslim.
Right.
But the cool part is, it shows you how we are just so ready to throw it on ISIS. Oh, yeah, that's the first thing they go to. So you start putting it in people's head. Anytime something happens, that's the first thing people think of, too.
Right, but this is the way I think about it, right? Like, a single shooter in a situation makes me not think it's ISIS, because I feel like if their entire sole purpose is to take down the West, that they would organize a little better than just one random dude.
Well, the concept is to create terror, so I don't know about that. What it is when a person, if someone does something under the name of something else, do they actually have a connection to them? What if I ran in?
Because anybody could just say it.
Exactly. I run into CVS butt naked, and I go NRA. That doesn't mean I'm
right.
an
NRA. Or Soldier Boy could say Suwoo.
and
that is exactly what happens. But
right, and the Bloods are like, wait, what? When did he? Who?
Exactly. Who allowed him in?
Right.
People feel like they can join anything just because they have a similar ideology or belief.
Right.
But there's actually a process to joining there's a process to joining the Boy Scouts, and there's a process to joining ISIS.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Process to
Gotta
shooting
meet some people first.
Keyword shooting.
There you go.
I think another thing too that it cracks me up about America, anytime it has to do, like, they make everything, any black crime now is Black Lives Matter. They throw that on everything. This is with ISIS, or it's the Muslims. But anytime white people do something, they don't fall under any category. Like, we don't go, oh, they must have been with the Klan. Anytime white people do something, it never falls under any category. But any minority category, when somebody does something, they automatically put it under.
Because we're a minority.
Yeah,
so they
whatever's
identify
going
us
on.
categorically.
Yeah, and that's not fair.
If you're them, what do you need to identify it for?
Yeah, but they won't even call him a terrorist. They'll be like, so-and-so John Matthews shot up the
52-year-old man.
distressed
Or
white man.
Kmart. Yeah, distressed white man.
It's like, that's a funny name for
Or
a
they'll
terrorist.
say that a 19-year-old white male shot 9 people in a church and get him Burger King right after, instead of saying this is a terrorist.
A terrorist.
And then immediately it's like, we think mental illness was the case. They're always crazy.
But this is mental illness.
This is all
mental illness.
mental illness. Whenever you're in a situation where you're taking multiple lives for no reason, everyone in ISIS is mentally ill. Like, that's craziness. That's just not even.
Yes, but when white people do crimes that have these type of headlines, it's in the headline with it. Like, you already know someone's crazy. Like,
I agree.
When the movie theater got shot up in the Batman, they were like, crazy man. Like, he, you know what I'm saying?
Mentally
it's
distressed teen.
Exactly. Mentally
he
distressed.
was bullied at school.
But here's one thing we can do about it is if we feel that, first of all, because I see a lot of these memes that compare this guy, a white guy, got off for rape, and this guy, he's black, so he went to jail for 25 years. The point isn't that the black guy shouldn't have gone to jail for 25 years. Right. He raped someone.
Yeah.
The point is the white guy should also
got 25 years.
Yeah, we're not asking for people to get off.
I know, but people don't see that all the time. A lot of people are like, black people get shot all the time. White people don't get shot. White people should get shot too. How about no one should get shot when they get pulled over? That's the unarmed, innocent people or unarmed people in general of any color should not be getting shot. So the concept isn't that these people aren't terrorists. It's that label everyone who commits an act of terror a terrorist.
Yes.
And it doesn't matter. And the way we can actually control this is we don't have to purchase the media that does otherwise. So don't buy newspapers that don't do this on a regular basis.
Right.
Don't watch television programming that don't do this on a regular basis.
When they do that, that's how people start to, through symbolic interactionism, equate a nationality with a headline.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So if somebody writes the word terrorist and you go, what nationality is that person?
Yeah, you know, right
Middle
now.
Eastern.
Guy steals Jordans. What nationality is that person?
Black.
You see what I'm saying? Guy
100%.
kisses back of a girl's neck, calls her his daughter's name.
Weirdo.
White man. I'm just saying.
But you do, I mean, we do associate different things. And a lot of people, for example, associate Middle Eastern people with Muslim when that's not actually the case. The majority of Muslims are not Middle Eastern at all.
Well, what are they?
They're
Indian?
actually Asian.
Okay.
A majority, the average Muslim, statistically speaking, would overwhelmingly look like Bruce Lee.
Okay.
They would be an Asian person. An Asian person makes up, the Middle East has just about as many Muslims as Nigeria has Christians. It's the same, but you would never assume that all Christians look Nigerian. But because of the headlines, we assume that all Muslims look Middle Eastern. We don't have a problem with Malaysia. We don't have a problem with Indonesians. No one's going, oh, those Indian terrorists. There are 300 million Muslims that are Indian in the subcontinent of India.
Right.
So outside of, as far as Arabs go, there's less than 80 million Arab Muslims in the entire world.
These numbers sound massive.
Well, they're not. They're really not.
Yeah, but when you go to the radicalized Muslims, is that where you get your higher percentage of Middle Eastern Muslims?
But it is. It is actually radicalized, and that could have a lot more to do with culture than it does with religion. So
Well, clearly, based on what we're saying right now.
well, that's the case. Is that if I'm a violent person, then even if I'm a Buddhist, I'm a violent Buddhist. And there are cases of violent monks who set themselves on fire and attack people in Burma and
I
cases
seen
like
a
in
monk
Sri
set
Lanka.
himself on fire, but I never
He
seen-
didn't attack nobody.
But that's what I mean. It
Yeah, but it
happens,
has.
and so these cases of terrorism happen in this manner. It just depends. It depends on the person that you are. There are Christians in Africa that circumcise women in a much higher rate. Is that reminiscent of all Christianity? It is not. It is probably way more a cultural phenomenon that is come under the guise of the main religion in the region. So when you see, for example, unfortunate attacks in Palestine and Israel and the Palestinian perpetrator, a lot of Palestinians are Christian, but you won't see that headline. You'll just see something that says Arab, and we all assume that the Arab is Muslim, but it's a lot of Christians that are also Palestinian.
I have a question about this headline. Do you guys think that he should get the death penalty? Because
Yes.
I don't. I'm against the death penalty, and I don't. And I feel like if you're suffering from a mental illness or you're suffering from PSD, which you wouldn't have had otherwise serving your country and going to fight in a war, then why should I come back and kill you? I feel like
I completely
and so
understand
I
that.
feel like that he does need help, and I also just don't believe in the death penalty because I feel like you get off easy if you don't have to deal with your consequences. You don't know you're dead once you're dead. So I feel like when you kill people, they get
Well,
off.
I don't know what you know once you're dead.
Yeah, well, you know you're not dead when you're dead.
How do you know?
And
you don't
dead
know?
might be cracking. Like, you don't know what's going on after that. I'm just
Dead
saying
could be
the
cracking.
life that you're living, once you're gone, you don't have to
You're
pay
not
for that
accepting the
consequence
responsibility,
and the
you're saying?
responsibility. But I also, it is very hard for me to even contemplate seeking the death penalty for somebody who is a soldier dealing with the mental distress that they go on. And I've watched it change a lot of people. And I just don't think that's fair. And it's not fair to those families who was killed. And I know if they were a part of their family, they wouldn't even want to hear any type of excuse or anything. But when you really look at it, like that is there's something is not right in there. And
You
he
should
does
put
should
that
get
part
that
about
help.
the death penalty on stage.
Well, my thing with the death penalty.
Think on that more, but that's solid stuff.
My concept is I didn't used to believe in the death penalty until I moved to Los Angeles, and then I realized that I'm like pro death penalty. I'm serious. I'm pro death penalty, anti-immigration, all these things that I never had a problem with because of
Traffic.
Los Angeles traffic. That ain't crazy. Like, yo, kill people.
Ali.
Kill people, bro. Kill
Rid of
people.
them.
Get rid of as many people as possible, please.
They're gonna keep moving here.
I just, it structures a lot of my political beliefs at this point.
Hysterical.
Like, we need to get rid of stuff.
All right, so speaking of political beliefs, let me go into story number 2. A lot of people's attention was on Meryl Streep. We'll go with that first. A lot of people's attention was on Meryl Streep because she had some highlights based on her speech during when she accepted her awards. Her award acceptance speech. Streep was deservedly awarded the prestigious Cecil B. DeMille Award, of achievement for her outstanding contributions to motion pictures and television. Streep used her acceptance speech as a scathing commentary on politics and Donald Trump's presidency, polarizing viewers and attendees alike.
True.
So,
And everyone saw the speech. I mean, if not, the clip's been going super viral.
It's all around the world twice.
Some people are so goofy and was like, this speech is why he won. And we're like, yeah, a little late for that. I don't know if you've seen those, but go ahead and play. Are we going to play
can't play it.
I mean, we don't have.
So
yeah,
you said this speech is why he won?
No, that's what people were tweeting. It was like, well, he won way before the speech, you guys. You know, because people are goofy. But that's how
they're saying
powerful.
it's not. They're not saying the speech is why he won. What they're saying is speeches like this
Is
why he won. Is because, and I felt the same way watching her speak, is because she created, as much as I enjoyed her message of empathy and love, 100%.
Right.
I even enjoyed the point she made. I appreciated the fact that she used her platform to speak about something that is close to her heart and sincere. She made the great point about the disabled reporter that Donald Trump seemed to mock. But then she divided the room. First of all, she assumed that everybody in attendance and all the viewing people
Was with
were
Hillary.
with her
Or
on
not
liberal
Trump.
agenda,
Yeah, right.
right? Number 2, and here's the thing: I love Meryl Streep.
Because they cut
She's-
straight to, was that
she's
Mel
amazing.
Gibson?
Yeah,
He was
they did.
struggling with the whole speech.
I love Meryl Streep. She has been nominated for 30 Golden Globes. Has been nominated more than any other actress. I mean, 18
she's,
Academy Awards, won 3. She's amazing.
She's a bee's knees.
Yes.
Meryl Streep, what did football and MMA ever do to you, bitch? Like, why did you have to throw them under the bus? Like, why did you go straight to the football and the MMA?
By the way, that is not art. I was like,
Exactly.
you were doing great.
You were doing great. Exactly. You
Take
were
down the
doing-
things we're concerned about.
then
Don't
This
do
is a
that.
football country. You're
Yeah, but
tripping.
she
Yeah,
did
but
that.
you can't call mixed martial arts not art, especially for as much as it's done.
It's called art.
Yes,
It's mixed
art.
martial
You be watching
art.
Bruce Lee movies.
We wouldn't know who Ronda Rousey is, and it actually is.
There's
brought
way
the
more to why.
forefront
There's
of-
way more to why that shouldn't have been in a
Women's strength,
speech
but it
based
was
on
art.
race and things like that. That martial arts and MMA.
and
she didn't
football
have mentioned it.
and football.
Right.
Like football is. They say baseball. No, football is America's pastime.
Yes,
Football
it
is
is.
the number one source of African American millionaires.
I thought you were going to say employment, but either way.
Not employment.
Same thing. Listen, and it is. And not only that, not even
It may
being
be, 'cause then they be
millionaires,
bosses.
they get that money and they go back and they do a lot
Yeah,
of change and
they be
effect
bosses,
in
yeah.
the community and bringing, giving people jobs and employment. And
She didn't have to do that.
And kid camps. I love going to the football kid camps. Well, I don't even got no son. I just be out there because they be having the players.
Okay. That's why you got kissed on the back of your neck and called Nicole. So see, you at these kid camps, and you found a
You
kid
got
camp.
full on
guy.
kissed on the back of your neck. That's one of the most sensitive spots. You can be like, "Hey, what are you doing?" Like somebody could just kick your neck. You don't have to get the 2 S's off. You can dodge it. She took the whole kiss. She
got
pushed
caught
back.
Nicole.
She pushed back against the
At a
kiss.
football camp. Anyway.
At a camp. But what I'm saying is, with the platform that Meryl Streep had, it was unnecessary for her to do certain things. She could have kept the speech concise. She could have kept it. She could have kept it to the point. The mocking of the disabled reporter, which has now gone viral because everyone's like, he didn't even really mock him. He does this all the time. No, we all know what the little handicap thing is.
We've
know.
been doing that
Making
since
fun
the
of all
third grade.
handicapped
It
people is
doesn't
better than
matter.
making fun of one reporter.
Exactly.
Definitely
So we all
different.
know
Doing that
that.
all
So
year.
people are making excuses. And I would have been the same way if a person went up there and started speaking positive for Trump. It is your platform to do as you please.
Yeah.
She thought she did a great job because she was around like-minded people at least the people who applauded were like-minded people who applauded her and made her feel like she did the right thing. She did not do the right thing. Just hearing yes from people that think just like you is not.
Well, what she
correct.
did was she turned the room. She turned the room in her favor, and I remember there was a distinctive point, and I was watching, and I was like, "That's a really smart speaking point."
It was the empathy part. Whenever she said that empathy part, it was amazing.
Yeah.
It was a
Empathy,
punch.
What do you mean?
She said something. She had a specific line about empathy that was
What
brilliant.
I'm referring to,
And the
is
room
when-
was like,
what
yo.
I'm referring to is when she literally pointed out women in different parts of the room and
that
said
was-
where they were from.
Yeah, the first
where
part,
they
where
were
the
born,
foreign
and she
and-
just brought them all in.
Amazing.
From Viola back there.
Amazing.
So it was like white people, black
Amazing.
people,
Yes,
African
Asian,
people,
Indian person.
Asian. She brought in, and it was very specific. And at one point, she was ad-libbing a line, and the camera had already went to the next woman she was supposed to introduce because she kept on going off the
Yeah.
thing. Come on, bring that thing. I'm older. Like, she was definitely reading a speech. So I thought that was genius to bring everybody in, but that helped her win that room, and that it helped her speak volumes to anybody with like-minded political views.
It
But
did.
for anyone else, if any part of that offended you, it offended you to the fullest, because so many
100%.
people are still riding the empathy wave. Like, for instance, I posted a Facebook post. I reposted Meryl Streep, and I said, this is worth checking out. And a friend of mine who I've known for a very long time, who is now into mixed martial arts, had a field day. I just said it. I put it on there, left, came back, checked Facebook, 12 notifications, and I'm talking about paragraphs 5-6 inches long on the screen, where he was just going in. I said, "Wow, this one's really got under your skin here, huh?"
Yeah, like, yo, what, did she get turned down for
But
a role as an MMA artist? Like, I didn't
She
understand.
hates Kill Bill, by the
She
way.
says some really confusing stuff. I remember a while back she was talking about being a Zionist, I think it was she practiced Zionist. Zionism?
Zionism is not something specifically you practice. So
She
I don't know if
said,
she said that.
they asked her what she felt about black people not getting the roles, and back when we were talking about the Academy Awards shorting
Yeah.
black people, and she said, "Well, aren't we all from Africa?" I remember that in some way, shape, or form, being like, I like Meryl Streep's acting. But
Why did she say that?
No, I didn't say why she said. I didn't question it. I just said, man, F this chick. And then now I'm like, oh, okay, well, she's all right with me.
But I really liked what she said. I
Mm-hmm.
just wish she had said it without the offensive stuff, which
Yeah,
was
she could've left
specific.
Just stick up for the handicap. Stick
up-
up for Hollywood.
And
Stick
your-
up for the arts. And
your
don't
liberal
bash
belief.
anybody else.
But don't bash the people.
You bullied during talking about bullying.
Yes.
Yes.
And that's what's ridiculous.
That's what I thought.
You don't get
was-
to choose the bully battle.
Not the backhanded,
Right. I don't mind her sneak dissing Trump.
Which
I don't
people
mind
were
him
like-
coming back at her affirmatively. I just don't want him to do it on Twitter.
I'm tired of Twitter.
Or in the midst of so much stuff going on. Like, bro, you have a lot to be worried about other than what Meryl Streep said last night.
What do you
fam.
mean? Donald Trump is the Azalea Banks of politics
Yes,
right
he
now.
is. Oh my
what?
God.
He's the Azalea Banks of politics.
Yeah,
Really?
he needs to stop
clap
being
back.
so
Do your job. bro.
petty.
Do your job.
Go
Have a
to
job.
work.
He's worried
fam.
about all the wrong things.
He was talking about the ratings of.
Oh, him and Arnold Schwarzenegger?
Yes.
He's doing the most.
Did y'all
I
talk
can't-
about that or did you see
No,
it?
I seen it.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
For the viewers,
He's worried about the ratings.
the ratings of The Apprentice came out lower than when he was on his first season. So we actually clapped at Arnold
Arnold.
Schwarzenegger, like, the ratings are low because of Arnold. I guess you won't be back or whatever. And Arnold had to actually snap back. Like, I hope you work as hard for the American people as you did for your ratings. I'm like,
Hilarious.
how are you getting seated by other
my
people?
gosh.
Like, that's the thing about Twitter. Like, if you're in a dialogue on a video or something, you can actually pwn somebody or actually win the conversation.
Yes.
On Twitter, a person can cogitate, wait however long they want, and hit you with the most vicious 100 characters. They don't need all 60. They can ask friends, how should I respond to this? They can
Yes.
get you good. So he should not, that should not be his form of reaching out.
That's
Furthermore,
he's
you
going
shouldn't
to do
have
his whole
direct
speech.
contact with the president anywhere. There's supposed to be 48 laws of power. There should be 52 aides. Literally, that you
Yes.
can't even get to them. Be like, oh, well, let me pass this up the line. Like,
I
there
tweet
should be-
Donald Trump every day. You know
Yeah,
that,
you
right?
told me that.
Because it's the
He's
only
gonna
chance
respond.
he's
Respond.
gonna respond to something I say and make me famous. So I've been tweeting
going
him
to.
because he's the only president. You could never do that with President Obama.
Oh my gosh.
And
He-
whether you
yes,
like
but
President
it's
Obama
rare.
or
If you
not,
try-
Michelle will talk
I
to
was
you.
going to say, if you try to come at Obama, Michelle going to intercept that
Right.
and hit you with the,
But-
you know what I'm saying?
And then you'll be on Shade
And
Room.
But-
Yes.
President Obama, whether you like him or not, was very poised
Oh,
and eloquent
yes.
in speech. and I couldn't
Here's the
even see
thing,
him
like,
lose his
I
temper.
don't like when people say President Obama, whether you like him or not. I don't see an option. President Obama, you know you like him, and then go ahead
lot
with
of
the
people
rest of
do
You
it.
might not
like
have
him.
to agree with his
A lot of people
policies or
don't like
anything else,
him.
but you have to say, as a man and as a person and as a leader,
Sure.
he holds everything that you would wish and hope to have for as a presence and as a person for a leader. You don't have to like anything else about him. You cannot deny his class.
I don't see what's not to like.
I will agree with that statement. Personally, I really like President Obama. However, there are a lot of people that do not like
Right,
him.
and I've taken time out to be like, why don't you? And I just can't. I can't
There's
find
no
a
one
sound
reason.
argument
And the reason that a lot of people, when I ask them, they actually have
because you like him too much.
No, they basically because he's black. But here's the thing, because that's really what it comes down to. We all know this,
Right.
Okay, we all know that's really why. And people will be like, well, no, it's also some of his policies.
Yes.
a lot of his policies, especially if you were what you refer to as Zionist.
Yeah.
That's actually a firm belief, and it's something that I also am very close to this debate of Zionism,
Which is
and
what?
it's
Steven,
that-
chime in now.
that Israel is the homeland of the Jews, and
Yes.
that they are allowed and should properly be in that land. And because of
Right.
the conflict with the Palestinians and
Settlements.
the Israelis and the settlements and everything that's going on now, people are polarized by this subject.
I mean, he really did kind of like flip off Israel pretty terribly last month.
He
With it-
did.
well, not only
President
that, but-
Obama
he
did.
pissed off millions of people by
Yes, he did.
demanding that they remove their settlements from that area when it's already been developed for 15 years. And meanwhile, Palestine's dropping bombs on further in cities in Israel. So
This is Obama.
President Obama and the United Nations and
President Obama
a
did
policy.
not veto
He
a
didn't- he
United
did not
Nations.
veto.
It's not
the
that he
United
didn't. He
Nations
didn't
bill.
even vote. He just put his hands up.
He abstained, which is
He
actually
abstained.
silence is compliance in that case. And so people are very upset about that. And there's a lot of arguments. That's a whole big matter. But people were very hurt by that and his actions of policy because he's so poised that they felt it was so hypocritical. He's such a champion of human rights, and then this.
So,
But I was just
So it
going to
goes back
say
and
that's
forth.
that's
But by
now
him-
they already didn't like him before this happened.
right, but by him abstaining, it said the settlements weren't okay.
Yes.
Right now, on the other hand, Trump just put somebody in office who has literally already been investing in the settlements. That's who's stepping into the position to handle the foreign affairs.
Yes.
So if you're a Zionist, then you believe that those people should live there, no one else should. This is their area, their land, always has been. And now they're like, hey, man, we finna build on this, man.
No.
We gonna
It's-
settle on this.
It is pro-Zionist.
Okay.
Is this situation. So
It's not the first time that the bill was introduced.
No, for sure.
Right,
I've heard about this.
So
I think
that's
with two
the thing
presidents.
is, for his entire term, he's been vetoing it
Over and over
because-
again. Or at
and
least casting his vote.
Now at the end of the term, he's like, all right, never mind.
I'm abstaining.
So
and it
it's
has to
kind
do
of like
with,
it's a big fu. It's not something that he needed to abstain from. It doesn't make any sense aside from just being like, okay, you pulled funding on something, so I'm gonna give you a big fu.
and with the Netanyahu connection. I mean, there's a lot going on. But
Netanyahu is a big deal. I think honestly that this may be getting a little politically heavy for the viewer, but my personal opinion, I think Netanyahu is the catalyst for a lot of this. Considering he came to America and spoke directly to Congress behind the president's back and didn't even speak to the president. Like I think there's a lot at play here with Netanyahu that says, well then you handle your region, fam.
and I'm gonna
yeah,
have to. I'm
leaving. So whatever I'm getting
But
ready
his
to do
point
anyway
is,
is
I
getting ready
voted
to change.
50 times.
Yes.
And I let one go and over that one.
It's a bigger deal than that.
I understand, but I'm just saying.
I'm gonna abstain from this conversation.
Hey.
Because you got some gas on it.
It's
You
a much
can't
bigger
abstain
deal.
from the stuff that is the most passionate.
It's
This-
just it's
this
not
will be
it's not
the
a good
entire
idea to
conversation.
talk about this kind of stuff.
Better than talking
on a
about
public
Soldier
platform.
Boy.
Yeah.
What'd you say?
He said it's not the.
It's not the best idea to talk about this in a public
It
platform.
is an,
because the people who are on both sides of the argument are
both
so
sides of the argument are
Polarized.
so polarized and very
Well,
passionate.
this is
and I
my
don't mind
thing.
talking about anything except I think that I would need for everyone to be on the same informational level.
And I was gonna say just now, like I know I'm coming from a place of not knowing.
Exactly.
And the definition
So-
of not knowing is not knowing what you don't know. Is
and I know
ignorant.
a
So
lot
I
about this
understand.
situation, so I
Right.
just want to abstain from this conversation.
But can you do it objectively without
Yes.
giving
I'm an
affirmation to
extremely
either side?
objective person.
So let's get an objective, real quick.
Real quick,
Yeah,
everybody's wrong.
Okay.
there you go. That probably wasn't objective, because
was
now
extreme.
everybody's mad.
Everybody,
I'm wrong. I'm wrong.
everybody's wrong, and I feel that way about most things in life because there's two sides to every story, and then there's the truth.
Yeah.
And the truth of the matter is very different than both sides of the story. Everything like this, especially with politics, always reminds me of that Fresh Prince episode where Will and Carlton went to court against Uncle Phil, and they were telling the same story, and it was just like, and he ripped the duck.
Yes.
It was just, there was two sides to that story, and then there's the truth, and that's where it really all lies. This is a huge topic that we can always do a green show on, but as of right now, the concept is a lot of people were very upset by that, and President Obama, who I personally like as a human being, whether I agree with his policies or not. For example, Guantanamo Bay is still open. Things like that, which were platforms of his policy that never actually happened. So I can understand.
I thought he closed Guantanamo Bay. People were coming home.
Guantanamo Bay is extremely open.
Everybody thought he did.
A lot of people thought he did.
There's a lot of things that people think that he did that he didn't.
Oh, okay.
And vice versa. And there's a lot of things that he gets blamed for
that's
that
true as well.
have nothing to do with him. And it's actually policies of previous presidents and things of that nature.
Which I feel like every president goes through. They're just more highlighted. More. I feel like that's what
Bill
everybody's
Clinton had a
term.
great presidency. If Bill Clinton had never had the Monica Lewinsky.
No, first of all, the only thing I don't like is the 3 strikes you're out was bullshit. And I don't care what anybody says. And it jailed and imprisoned a lot of black men and a lot of men of anywhere but men of color. And the sentencing was longer. There was just so many things.
But what
and it
made
destroyed the
3
fan.
strikes you're out so effective is the definition of what a felony was, and that wasn't him.
Yeah, well,
And that's exactly, and that's true, and that's
Yes.
but it made him extremely popular.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying you like or policies or things like Ronald Reagan's an extremely popular American president. Whether Ronald Reagan did everything right or wrong, I'm going to say, economically speaking, we're now $1 trillion in debt. But he's a very popular president.
Yeah.
So popularity and actuality do not always go hand in hand.
A lot of people were not happy with 3 strikes you're out until they learned that they can erase a strike.
I
And white people are like, wait, it's not 3 white strikes? Yeah. All right, so since there's 2 sides of every story and the truth is somewhere in the middle, I'm going to jump to story number 6 because there's definitely 2 sides of this and nobody can get a straight story, and it's a little bit more ratchet and lighthearted. Chris Brown and Solja Boy will most likely never win any Golden Globes, though Brown probably deserved one for Stomp the Yard. Okay. But it seems that the singer-actor with the dance moves is... Okay, listen. Solja Boy and Chris Brown are about to fight. They are beefing over everything from Rihanna to Karrueche to...
Karrueche pictures, Instagram pictures.
Karrueche pictures to
videos.
leaked cell phone numbers to...
Gang affiliation.
Gang affiliation to just flat out...
to the point where Floyd
talking tough.
Mayweather and Mike Tyson are involved.
I'm involved. Adrian Broner's involved.
Everybody.
50's involved.
Old OG Blood is involved.
21 Savage and 22 Savage are involved.
There's
Yes.
a 22 Savage?
There's a
Yes.
22 Savage, which is actually one of the favorite, my
His
favorite things of all time.
Who's 22 Savage?
Let me tell you the story of 22
Please.
Savage. Can I please explain this?
I want to explain everything,
21
objectively.
Savage, 21 Savage came out.
Yes.
And
21.
became a successful rapper. 21.
It's a knife.
Stunning on my ex. So, 22 Savage, who at that time was a rapper who looks very much like 21 Savage, just started rapping under the name 22 Savage, sounding exactly like 21 Savage, talking about the fact and how he's better than 21 Savage, and that's why he's 22
And
Savage.
now he's a celebrity.
And just mocking him. And his songs are popping.
They are. They're better than 21
They're not
Savage.
better
I
all
think
the
they're-
time, but there are some
they're
that
cracking.
are popping.
I don't even know this guy
22
exists.
Savage, bro.
Yes.
Everything sounds like him, looks like him.
Yes.
So 21 has been going at
That's
like if he finds
berserk.
him, he's like, I will murder you.
What do we designer and whatchamacallit?
Who's
this isn't-
Future? No, this is
No,
different.
this is
like a
he
girl
went
being
out of
like,
his
I'm
way.
Kanisha Erbus. That's ridiculous.
That's exactly what it is.
That is ridiculous.
That's exactly
22
what it is.
Savage can't even make a decision or a move until he sees what 21 Savage has done.
100%. That's actually, and they do videos that are similar. I mean, it's really a move. So the undercard 50 Cent announced is going to be 21 Savage versus 22 Savage, and then
That's the undercard?
main fight is going to be
If
Chris
22
Brown.
Savage wins. See, that's the thing. Soldier Boy and Chris Brown will still be Soldier Boy and Chris Brown. But if 22 Savage beats 21 Savage,
21's done.
he gets the one.
21.
He'd be like, now I'm 21
Yes,
Savage.
they bring out a big
His
one.
name is James, or whatever his government name is.
He's done. And 50 said that's the undercard. The fight is supposed to take place in Dubai on January 28th. That's a Saturday, which I don't even know how they organized so quickly. But a video did come out where Soulja Boy's like, "Oh, we're doing this for publicity," and he did a whole video on it, like we're brothers, things like that. So I don't know what the
Right,
whatever
but
it is.
But that
did a
video- no,
saying,
that video
hey, brothers
did-
and
no.
all that aside, brother, you talk about my kid again.
That's
and
what
we're
I was
back
gonna
lit
say.
again.
It wasn't. It was. He went to the house, had a picture of this man's daughter. Was like, I'm over here kicking it with royalty. That's when you cross the line. Those are fighting. There's no.
And
I didn't know he
royalty-
was in the presence of the baby.
royalty's
Yes,
the baby.
He went to Floyd's house. Floyd, the baby was over
we're
there.
not fighting anymore, brother.
You,
If you take pictures with my kids and we
And
got
posted
beef,
his daughter and was like, I'm here with royalty.
that is terms for murder.
yeah, that he went too far with that.
Yeah.
100%. And the thing is,
Where was the baby mom?
baby mom is. Don't forget, baby mom is a
yes,
hoe.
yes.
Baby mom trapped Chris Brown on the low, even though we say trapped,
Yeah.
but we say trapped.
No,
but Chris Brown
she
had
trapped him.
no, because he's also. We have to give responsibility. It can't just be boys. Boys are gonna be boys. No, he knew what he was doing.
Yes, he did.
It takes two to tango, and he tangoed.
No,
and he knew he was
no,
Chris Brown
no,
tangoing,
Yes.
so he knows how to dance.
No,
Yes.
I think that doesn't go.
But
in
you
this
know, it's a
case.
possibility, and anytime you Raw's Law, you know what can happen.
Yeah,
And
but
that's
we're
Yes.
not talking about just two consensual adults potentially being able to get someone pregnant. We're talking about somebody going, yeah, I can get pregnant, and I'm going to try to make sure it's him that does it.
okay,
True,
but you
and
didn't
her
have to sleep with him.
intent. But as guys, we
If his
go
name
in-
was Lionel Brown, she wouldn't even been laying with
I
him.
have a question.
You got to protect
You're
your brand.
absolutely right. And if a girl isn't good looking, I'm not gonna spoon. Hey, let's just cuddle and watch a movie. That's where Netflix and chill came from.
I spoon ugly chicks all the
intent.
time, and I fire stick and dick too.
But
I'm
that's,
trying to
but
tell
that's
you.
you and your whole sketch crew do stuff like that.
Yes,
Shout out
we're
to
talking
BT.
about this
But
major-
what I'm saying is,
Yeah, sure.
but what I'm saying is this. What I'm saying is this, right? When a man does something, because guys will be so quick to be like, she got pregnant. I don't know how that happened.
No, you know.
Nigga, you know how that happened.
That was the most random mention of BT
but it's
ever.
not. What, BT?
What, that just popped in your head?
No, because it just popped of a story and a picture that I saw.
He's talking about BT Kingsley. Very funny stuff.
BT, very
We're
funny.
not gonna
stand-up.
randomly just be saying.
No,
colleagues.
but I'm gonna tell you why. Because BT has
Shout
a
out
thing.
to Scrunch Up. Like that's what you just did in the middle of an argument.
No. It was
Well, the
BT's my
sites.
dude. BT's my dude.
Yeah.
But BT one time he talking to a girl. I was like, BT, why are you at the zoo right now? Why
you
we
guys are
doing it?"
wrong.
And then I was like, BT, and he was like, yo.
She's the bee's knees. Man.
Yo.
Let it happen.
Yeah. So that's why it was just a funny situation. BT's my dude. So what?
Now let me ask you this:
Yeah.
You're saying you talk to women that are attractive. You don't waste your time.
No, I'm saying if I go in talking to an attractive woman and then I have an intent when I'm taking her out and going back to my place. I have an intent. Whether she has that intent or not, I don't know. But I have an intent.
Is
but
your
I'm not always
intent
like
to have a child?
you have.
so
a,
that your life
no,
can
it's
you
not.
know-
But my intent is trying to
Nut.
and you have a whole posting. You have like several videos on quit trying to fuck because that's what opening the door means. That's what. Hey, let me play the guitar or whatever you're.
And
Yeah,
he's
but you
clearly
gotta
no.
understand. Like some people are having sex not for conception, but
Sure,
for
100%. Most
enjoyment.
people are not.
But we're the only
But you
mammals
know-
that we know of that can have sex for pure pleasure.
That's not true.
Who else can?
Dolphins do. Well, I mean that's a
I'm
different
just saying,
conversation.
like, there's few out of all the species out there. High five.
Animals
out of
do.
all
No,
I
the
wanted to
species
say
out
something.
there.
Gorillas do.
Because what you're saying, okay, I get
I
what you're
didn't think
saying.
that's I saw a video of a gorilla
guess.
riding the hell out of
Oh
another.
man, there you
Yo,
go. I get what you're saying, but this is my thing. We know what world we live in. We know that groupies exist. When you're at this caliber of celebrity, you know that every time you're having sex or you hook up, especially with a beautiful woman, a woman that's always out,
Who
a
you
woman that's always around
don't
ballers,
know.
or that you do not know, you know the possibility every time. I want to have Chris Brown baby, okay? Everybody want to have Chris Brown baby. You know who you are. You know people are going to try to. So there's no excuse not to take those extra steps to make sure you don't get caught in that situation because that's the world we live in right now.
One more question about
Yes.
the world we live in. Since you want to have Chris Brown's baby,
Yes.
do you want to have Soldier Boy's baby?
No.
Let it happen. Wait. He's little. He's young.
Oh
looking.
my God.
Sorry.
Kanisha, hey.
I'm saying no.
See, you know what? You
I
don't
can't.
count. You went out with Winky.
I
don't
can't.
really-
No, I don't think so. I
Yeah,
can't.
but he has hits though.
He has
People are
hits.
sleeping on Soldier Boy.
He has
He's
hits
a
and he has
super
money.
producer.
He
He
really
does,
does,
but
have super money.
if
He produced a song for Beyonce and won a Grammy, did he not?
He's done a lot for music that people aren't giving him credit.
That's true, but I don't want to have Soldier Boy's baby to get a check out of him, and I don't want to have Chris Brown's baby to get a check out of him.
Then
I would
why?
have Chris Brown's baby, and he wouldn't have to give me that. I would be on welfare with his baby because I love him. I want him. I just want to be able. I love him. I don't know why, and I want a little dancing
You
baby
would've let him hit
that's
you in that
cool, be in
car?
the school school
You
play.
wouldn't let him hit you
He
in the
would have been
car?
able to hit in the car. My little baby would have been.
No, he would have punched you in the car.
Locking and stuff. I'm like, look at my little Chris Brown baby.
She said, "I want my little baby to be hitting dance moves at the school play."
Yes.
So dancing's genetic.
Yeah.
Hold on, Nate. That's why things like that is why I don't sleep with random women, because I want to be
Because
careful.
they may see something
No,
about you
I'm
and
just
be like,
saying
"I just
because
want to."
they say stuff like this, and then this person is gonna be
I
raising
had
my
a chick
kid.
tell me
You know
like,
what I'm
"I
saying?
want a little chubby, funny baby." I was like, "If you don't get your punk ass away
But it
from me."
is.
Okay, but wait. What are the reasons why you considered having Soldier Boy's baby? What would that baby be doing at the school play?
She didn't, because she said
I
no.
couldn't
don't want.
consider it first. I just don't want that baby. I just
Soldier Boy
don't.
can dance too now.
Soldier
Soulja
Boy
Boy-
can dance, but he's
not Chris
somebody.
Breezy
Ain't
with
no
a dance
Chris, ain't
You know
no
what it
Chris
is?
Breezy dance.
He's
Yes,
not with
it
the
is.
Chris Breezy with
Soldier
the
Boy
dance
has
moves.
his own dance.
Let me tell you something.
And he made the world do it. Nobody
Soulja
does
Boy
the Chris Brown.
is not somebody
Unless
I
it's
want to
like-
see all the time. That's the difference. Soldier Boy is not who I want to see all the time. I love Chris Brown. I love everything about him. I love his smile. I love his essence. I love everything about him. The same reason why I would have Tehran's baby, because he's so smart, and I just want my baby to be smart like that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, and I know I could just send him to school to get that smart, but you're like a genius smart, and I would love to pass that on to my baby.
I appreciate
Listen,
you.
I don't
Kanisha.
know
You're very
if
smart
children
yourself.
and their fathers is like Highlander, like you're giving them this
I know,
quality.
but I'm
What's the
hoping.
Highlander quality?
It's a guy like there's a few of them left, and he
Immortal.
chops their head off and he gets their power.
Their power, the immortal. But I know what Highlander
If that,
is.
I'm just saying, like, if that was the case, there'd be hella juniors in the NBA and in the NFL. There's like 7.
Hold on. However, no, there's more than 7.
Yes,
we
there
just
is.
don't remember that. Like, for example, Steph Curry's dad, sure, but
Yeah.
Klay Thompson's dad was also in the
Okay,
NBA.
but
like,
you can't keep
we
going
could-
and going and going. There's some
Have
dudes
you
in the
seen
league and their
Shaq?
dad.
You kinda
ain't-
could.
There's dudes in the league and
Sure.
their dad ain't shit.
You have a lot of cousins in the that whole Stoudemire family's in the league.
In the league.
Every single Stoudemire, like his sisters.
Hilarious.
Side note, the
Joanna Man,
jealousy.
like-
I would just walk in the mall with a shirt that's Chris Brown baby. Be like, well, you know, she got Chris. Well, I'd be on like, Chris Brown baby.
You know, and that's the thing. Chris Brown does make you say that, but Chris Brown makes you popping.
Yes.
Carucci was nobody.
Nobody.
Carucci was
was
nobody.
pretty, though.
She was
I
pretty,
know
but
a billion
it's LA.
pretties.
There's a lot of pretty.
Yeah.
But Carucci needs, if she wins an award, she needs to thank
She worked at
Chris
a mall,
Brown.
right?
I don't
Yes.
know what
I
she
heard she worked
did.
at a kiosk or something.
Yeah.
She might have worked at icing. I don't know, but I know that now she's popping.
Yeah,
she is
she has.
popping.
Yeah, she's
It's
a
not
celebrity.
It's unequivocal. I did warm up on VH1's Hip Hop Square. She was on the show as one of the squares, and she was popping. Her whole
Over you.
square was popping.
Over you.
Everybody was on the show trying to crack at Carucci. I was
Who
like,
has actual credits? You actually have credits.
Yeah.
What has Carucci done? No offense, no knock to Carucci, but let's be honest.
Yeah,
This
but
is
it's all
facts,
about
is facts.
namesake.
But
Like
it's
how
the
many
same way with
households
Amber
are familiar
Rose.
with her name?
That's
Only
the same thing
thing-
with Amber
Who
Rose.
was also on the show.
Yeah,
Yeah.
see?
No, but Amber Rose, okay.
It's VH1 Hip Hop Square. Like,
Yeah.
But
Love and
Amber
Hip
Rose
Hop's whole-
continues to contribute. She comes up with things like the slut walk, and she writes
And you
know
books,
what?
and she
Terrible.
tries
There
to
was
do
a
shows.
moment where she actually reprimanded somebody on how they were bashing women, and then it brought everything full circle and made all the sense in the world to me.
Really?
Yeah.
That's good.
Like
I
she's,
like
it seemed to me like if somebody is a slut, bashing or like making fun of them, she's not with that at all. But acting like any woman, calling women hoes and degrading them for no reason, she's just like, no. And somebody of a greater stature was talking kind of loose, and she piped up
I like that.
mid-taping.
Good for see, and that's what
Excuse me, we're not going to refer to women that way. I
Good
was
for
like,
her. Good for her.
I beat.
And the thing about it is,
I beat.
Amber Rose is bad. She's bad.
gorgeous.
But
She's gorgeous.
Carucci's gorgeous too. And my thing is the most famous thing Carucci's ever did is made fun of Jay-Z's baby and then get 106 in Park canceled with
Yes.
Brandon Brody on that episode. But I'm
Yeah, but this is the
saying-
thing though. Even she was piping up. So this is the thing. What I am impressed with, while we can be talking about levels of talent and all that stuff, I am impressed with that they actually do have some substance. Like there's plenty of empty women out there, and they're celebrities that actually have some substance and
now-
something to contribute.
Now, did the substance come because so many people said they didn't have it, so they had to find something to attach to? Because I do remember, I'm going to get in trouble for telling the story.
I don't know if for
What?
creatures
No,
of
you need to tell the story
adaptation
now.
or if, it really, if they're
Well, I'm talking about Amber Rose and Kanye days, where at dinner, because I was working for certain people, asked what was her favorite thing to do, and she's chewing gum and going, eating. I can't say it. Vaginas, like that was her, and that's all she had to say. She was very hollow, there wasn't a lot of depth to her, and she was
a lot of substance, but maybe
Yes.
that's how
So
she
over
thought she had to play that
time-
part. And then she was like, you know what? because I know a lot of girls that unfortunately feel like they have to dumb it down in order to get where they want to go and be around these people when they don't realize they can be these people.
Yeah.
And once they realize that, then you realize, wow, that girl's a genius. It's the same girls that put in so much effort trying to get to a nigga's table at the club when they realize, hey, if I had my own, I would buy my own table.
Right.
I don't need you.
Right.
And that's that empowering movement that I wish more girls would.
Yeah. Well, not
be
only
a part
But
of.
they might
there's
come.
something innate in her that even if she was legitimately the gum popping, coochie eating chick sitting there that day, that now with some time having passed, she's not that
With
anymore.
being attacked by everybody and coming having
I
her
mean,
own
whether
voice.
that's the influence, maybe she read a book, maybe she had mentors, maybe once she started to get attention, other women who were already established were like, we got to go get her and calm her down. Because that's what happened to Corinne Steffen.
Yes.
She was going crazy, and then all these women came and mentored her, and I don't see all this. I don't see the books
She's still
about
kind
it
of
anymore.
superhead though, but
Yes.
she's superhead on the low now instead of before because she still was popping off with some celebrity that just
Well, she just ended her relationship with Stomp the Yard. What's his face? But and she put all the stuff outside because they were
the actor who got kicked off the show.
Oh, the big head dude?
Chris Columbus, is that
yes,
his name?
Columbus Short.
Columbus Short.
Columbus.
He's gonna come
Hey,
in
we
and fire
got
on us.
there. We got
Anyway,
there.
so originally, back to the story.
Yeah.
They kept saying that the fight was going to be in Vegas, but you have to have certain type of sanctions and permits, and
They gotta be
the
allowed
money,
to fight.
the money would have had to go to charity, and that's not what 50 Cent and everybody else is trying to do. But there are some OG Bloods that had came out on 50 Cent on Instagram and were like, no, we're the ones that are going to throw this fight. So I don't know if they're trying to get away from them as well, but I think it's very funny that two people that are not from Compton are claiming Compton, and that's a lot of the Compton people have a big issue with that. It's like these guys are talking about their gang members out of Compton, and neither one of them, one's from Virginia and the other one's somewhere else. You know what I'm saying? And now Atlanta and Virginia, and now all of a sudden they're out
Well,
of
then
Compton.
they should have had a problem with putting them on.
Yeah, well,
Well, that's the thing. And the video with
I have a problem with Omega's making celebrity cues that don't know nothing.
yeah, that's
And I'm not dying
Honorary.
for the frat.
What do
know
you
what I'm
mean?
saying?
They make celebrities cues who
Same
have,
way a college can give away an
Honorary degrees. There's-
degree. Yeah, they can be like,
Bill
you're
Clinton is an honorary
kid.
Sigma, which is my fraternity brother. So yeah, they're honorary.
but they haven't actually done any of the
Nothing at all.
Nothing.
Nor are they familiar, and then somebody got to help them with the learning curve.
yeah.
And I'm sure getting into the Bloods ain't like that.
I'm
but-
sure they
Yeah,
didn't get
that's
jumped in. I'm telling you
I
right
know
now.
the honorary thing.
Their paper, they paid that financial due to
my
the
fraternity
oldest
does
blood.
something like that
Soldier
too.
Boy was with it though. Faster than I would have been with it, and I'm a thumper. And he already had his phone. Hold up, fam. Like his phone was already down. I'm like, damn, he was immediately before he even took a breath in.
Well,
he was still on the
did it was
same
kind of
out breath.
the nerdy one. He had the glass. He was like,
That don't matter. Whether you get your ass whooped or not, you were still ready to go. And I can respect that. And now every video I see, he's training.
But hold
let's
on.
get to the meat of the story.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Hold on. Before you go that far, two
Okay.
things. First of all, when you're saying about the honorary thing, I respect that.
Yeah.
I can understand why you didn't like that. My fraternity does the same thing, except it's to like heads of state. Second of all,
Mm-hmm.
here's the thing. You just said something about Soulja Boy being immediately ready to pop off.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen a lot of people be immediately ready to pop off when they have their boys around because they know their friends will hold them back. So they'll be like, "Hold me back, hold me." What
Mm-hmm. I
you
didn't
say?
see that.
I saw a little bit of that.
You
He
saw
had his
that
friends
after
there.
the fact.
No, I saw.
First
he
thing,
had
I
his
saw
friends.
him try to hug somebody. I said, man, get off me. He put his phone down. He was ready to square up. He's
He didn't pull his phone down. His
all
phone
this
got
other-
snatched.
No. He said there's a whole nother. You got to watch the other
Okay.
tape.
Other video.
So the one that looks bad, you just see him go, I saw this, I saw the
Yeah.
one, and he gets rejected. No, there's
But
a
then
whole
later
other
there's
angle.
another video.
where he's
But
like,
he does have his homeboys there, though. They
no,
are
but,
there.
but you got to watch the
And
rest
he
because
gets
he literally
really far
they're
from
way
that guy
over
really
on the
quick.
sidewalk, and he's like, "What's up, fam? Let's get it."
Yeah,
like
but
that.
he gets really
then
far. As
he gets
said
behind
that,
everyone.
As he says that, he's walking backwards. So
when
my
his
thing is,
OGs are like, "Nah, it ain't finna be like that."
So, but he already knew they weren't going to let it go down, and it don't take that long to run over and jump in a fight. So you might have got whooped up 2-3 times before the rest of the
and
homies
he
was
is
there.
coming. One
He
thing
was still
about
hollering to
Soulja Boy,
go ahead.
Soulja Boy came out when he started squeezing off at the people who came in.
With that story.
The
Yes.
story,
The Draco, the Draco. You was like,
everybody
yeah.
from
Yeah, but
Mike
did you
Epps
see
to
the
whole
guy
crew
telling the
made
story
fun.
about how he had got shot?
He got shot.
By Soulja Boy though.
Yeah, he did. And
Or
my,
they paid him to say
my
that.
bigger concern is the fact that these artists
Mm-hmm.
are role models to young children
I need to talk to some young children and see, like, do you see this as a legitimate
They do.
role model, or
They
do
think
you
this
see
is
this
cool.
Yeah, they
as
They
fuckery?
do. No, they think this is cool. And this is my problem, is that Soldier Boy and Chris Brown, two people who, by the way, are now, at this point, have no excuses. Financially, they have opportunities.
Yeah.
Entertainment-wise,
They're
they
good.
have opportunity. They've
good.
made it. And yet they still revert back to this animalistic, going backwards, reverting and thinking being socioeconomically oppressed is a cool thing. No. If you're actually
I
from the
still be
hood,
in the hood.
if you want to,
Why?
if you're actually from the hood, you want to get out of the hood.
Yes.
And I'll tell you why, because I'm from the hood. I'm from the, not the rap hood, the hood.
the hood.
I'm from Potomac Gardens, Southeast. My mother still we still have the place that we live there. She is the commissioner of HUD. She made it from there, right? My family still, her side of the family still lives in projects.
Right.
That is a true story. I have an uncle that's still in jail, okay,
Right.
from the crack situation in the 80s,
Yeah.
okay? Now, the reason why I am the way I am is because of that. Because it was not, I didn't get formulated because of my environment. It
It's
was
innate.
in spite of the environment.
It's something
The
in you that says,
was
I need to get up out
I
of
need
this.
to move out of this.
Right.
It is the responsibility of every minority to be educated, to be aware,
Yeah.
to be empathetic towards one another,
To be responsible with those other three
and to,
things.
and to better discourse the course of all minorities within this country. We all
If you
matter.
grow up a normal life, it has that in the spectrum. But when you grow up and you were like handed stardom at a young age, like both of them were, that's
Yes.
a trait. They compete with their downness for their entire career.
Sure.
For their
And we
whole
saw
life.
Bow Wow
Yeah.
do the same thing.
Well, I watched Chris Brown beef with one of my a frat brother of mine, and I'm like, God, this is crazy. Like,
Oh man,
none
yes.
of these threats could possibly happen. Like, my frat brother will pound the brown off of this kid because
Pound
he
the
wasn't getting
brown.
his success at no young. We're talking about
First of all, you need to give that
A
to Soldier
collegiate
Boy's count.
superstar.
Pound the Brown needs to be
brown and pound. That's what he needs to say. I'm not
Yes.
boxing. I'm MMA fighting and brown and pound.
But you know what makes it even crazier? Not only are these young stars involved, now we got two older stars involved, which is Floyd Mayweather and Mike Tyson.
Let me
Sure,
get
but
to
they got it because of the money involved.
They
and
did,
the
but did you see
notoriety.
Mike
And it's
Tyson
not
now?
like Mike Tyson.
No. Mike Tyson. I don't know if you heard his latest diss, not only to Soldier Boy, but then he took a low blow at Floyd as well. So it's just like all this stuff. Now, for me, the reason why I do agree with it, because it was getting dangerous, especially with the kids. I was like, somebody's going to get killed, shot. There's going to be, if they go to Vegas, I felt like all the Bloods was going to go to Vegas, and it was going to be a turn-up situation.
If they do it in Dubai, they're good.
If they do it in Dubai, they're good. And I would love to see more beef settled like this, but the fact that it even had to come head-to-head like this is sad, but I would rather see it like this than on the street or at an award show like the old Source Awards used to go down.
This
things
is
like
ego
that.
versus ego, and
Yes.
somebody has to physically get hurt to calm down.
And that's, yeah.
This is what I want to get to. Who you got in the fight?
Chris Brown.
Chris Brown.
With the dance moves? Come on,
Give
bro.
me that.
Yo, Soldier Boy can but that's about it.
Did you guys
Chris
practice
Brown's
this answer?
No.
Did you guys? You had act outs and everything in the middle. You literally both went like this. Superman and Superwoman over here.
You know, well, when you
Look, I'm gonna
you're
take
not
the long
invited to
shot.
sketches, you have a lot of time.
I'm
bro.
gonna take the long shot and go Soldier Boy. Here's why.
Okay.
Not because of Soldier Boy or Chris Brown, but because of how Roy Jones Jr. lost twice to the guy that was built the same way as Soldier Boy. I can't remember the guy's name, and that's bad because he won, but
Yeah.
he beat him twice. He got my money 2 times. I was like, Roy's gonna beat the hell out of him.
But-
It was a lucky punch each time.
Chris
The
Brown
guy
has
was like, "Oh my
longer,
God," and
a
knocked
longer
Roy
hand
out.
reach.
Does he?
Okay. Chris Brown has a longer hand reach.
Okay.
Chris Brown's been boxing for a much longer time.
Has he?
Yes.
Yes, he has. Chris Brown is also has a lot more stamina than Soldier Boy
Yeah.
does. Like he's been practicing stamina
Right.
because of his dancing.
Right.
So this isn't new to him. I've seen Chris Brown play basketball, and I've seen him just.
He's nice on the court.
He's
Yes.
good on the court. He can play.
Yeah.
Right? He can play. But my thing is his stamina and his ability to run up and down the court
just
and
keeps
stay.
it going, yeah.
He's the energizer.
and that's
bunny.
gonna matter
That
round
matters
after
round
round after
three.
round.
Now, if it gets to
No,
that,
round
Boxing
one.
gets you tired.
boxing
You're tired
is
after 30 seconds.
Yes.
You are.
The reason why I'm going with Chris Brown is the first person to always pick up the gun is a punk to me, and they're not really good with their hands. And that's what Soldier Boy did.
Okay.
He went immediately to the guns. And this whole time, Chris Brown ain't talking about shooting. He's like, I got these hands for you if you want them. So that's why my money is going to go on Chris Brown. Again, with the stamina and everything else. But I just always.
I'm just trying to make it
got
interesting
hands.
to have a dialogue. I think everybody
No, but
knows.
you know what? With Soldier Boy, you
But
might win
are
a
they
lot of
even
money if he wins.
allowed to fight, considering their weight differences? Chris is a regular sized man, and
Yes.
Soldier Boy is a large
15
baby.
and a half.
Well, this is the thing.
It's Dubai.
It's in Dubai.
And they don't care about the weight
And they
differences?
both, if they're both signing
they'll
off,
agree?
they both
Yeah.
agree. This is a sport.
What
between
if
two
Soldier
people.
Boy comes out in the Philly shell and literally has all defense because his coach is Floyd?
Oh.
I mean, it's interesting.
Defense wins games.
But you know
We'll
who
see.
else Floyd coached? Adrian Broner, and Adrian Broner's lost a couple.
Yeah.
So I don't know what's gonna
Yeah,
happen.
but Floyd didn't coach him to be better than him. He
I just
coached him to
think
fight.
Mike Tyson is gonna, he's gonna
Yes.
go with that knockout punch.
Ego wise, I don't know if that's the best ego coach Chris needs right now.
He's gonna blow it.
Okay, because he already says some pretty wild stuff. Like he told a musician, you're not gonna be able to play anymore if I cut your fingers off. Like that's kind of wild. But Mike Tyson said, "I'm gonna smash you till you love me." F word.
He did.
The 3-letter F word. Like,
Yes.
great. Like, what? You talking about selling some tickets.
That was in the 90s.
And you guys got to
Right.
understand.
That was before anybody was even talking
No,
like
but
this.
people talk. But in the 90s, people talk trash.
Can
like
I
that.
tell this too? Soldier Boy is genuinely more of a happy-go-lucky type of dude. Chris Brown has so much anger and aggression built up in him, and he hasn't been able to whoop on nobody the way he wants to because of the public eye. And so many things have happened to him, from the girl at Lion
I
House.
just
Yeah,
did
the
bad.
girl. I told you to get out of my house.
Yeah, that's what he's gonna be
Yeah.
imagining. The girl
What,
from the
Rihanna?
house.
Boom.
No, not that. The
No,
girl,
not
not
Rihanna.
that. But the girl from
The
the
new
house.
stuff.
The people that he had into it with the ref. It's like he can't get
The
mad.
neighbors
The
calling
neighbors.
on his house.
Guys,
being
you just
loud.
got to realize that no matter who wins, everybody wins. Because either way, you're going to get to see Soldier Boy get his ass beat or get to see Chris Brown get his ass beat.
Well,
Yeah,
Soldier
this is
Boy
entertaining.
loses. Let's just be honest. Soldier Boy loses. But if Soldier Boy wins,
It'll be a good bet. Whoever bets on Soldier Boy. And on top of that, this is going to be pay-per-view, but it's the only pay-per-view, in my opinion, that's going to sell like 5, and then everyone's going to bootleg. There's no
Yeah,
way.
I'm watching mine on Instagram.
There's no way people are actually going to. I don't know, but
they be like, y'all
possibly.
got to go more than 1 minute.
People might pay for this. I don't know. I wouldn't pay.
Not with Instagram Live. One person's gonna pay and we're gonna stream it.
Not in Dubai.
No, but if it's on pay-per-view, all you need
But
is
they
one
can
pay-per-view.
manage all of this.
They got one
They're
pay-per-view.
in Dubai.
If they would, Vegas would have
She
been
said
popping.
someone's
though.
going to go live showing their pay-per-view
Yeah,
here.
and then we can
Of
all just like
course.
get on your
Yeah,
Instagram.
but I mean, someone's gonna do that. People are gonna be like, let's all go to a house.
Yeah.
Everyone go to Tehran's house.
Yeah.
Tehran got it.
Or
and everyone
Buffalo
come.
Wild Wings. At the end of the day, we're talking about it. And everybody's been... So damn near every American says Soldier Boy once. Even the old white people are like,
And
"You
you're
think
right.
that little
Soldier Boy's
boy
never been
Soldier?"
this famous.
not at all.
Not since 2006.
Not since the dance.
Not since 2006.
And he's completely he's trying to revamp who he is.
Yeah, bitch. Yeah.
No,
You know
well,
who
he's
I
not
would
trying
love?
to be little boy no more. He's trying to say my name's Big Soldier.
Okay, question: if you can put two people in the ring, let's end it here. Who would be your fight to see?
Celebrity fights?
Yes.
Celebrity Gucci Man, Waka Flocka. I need to see that go down.
Ooh, that'd be a good one.
Thank you.
Well, Gucci was boxing to lose weight.
No. I'm not saying it's a. Waka Flocka has hands too. I'm saying that would be a good fight. And
but
they have.
I don't know if they can fight because if Walker hit him in the mouth, all them teeth's coming out. All of that's all glass.
Well, that's why
and
Gucci Man
artwork.
got to be ready. I mean, that's a real
Bandana.
fight.
Check. All right, how about you?
I need a second.
Okay, mine honestly would be Donald Trump and Barack Obama. I would love for all the
that'd be a
time
good one.
that for him not have because you could tell he can't stand him. I would love
No,
to
they
see
can't fight because of the age difference. But I'd
don't
like to
care.
see Joe Biden versus Donald Trump.
This is a-
With Obama in the corner.
This is a
Get him, Joe.
hypothetical.
Joe, throw the jab. Sasha Malia, close your eye. Throw the jab.
that. Yes, that would be.
America just came to you.
And Michelle's the ring girl. I would love it.
Right? We're lip out. Yeah, it's all for you.
So who are you two?
All
Who are your
right,
two
you
celebrities?
guys. It has been great.
My two celebrities.
Come on now.
I mean, I could go easy route or actually really who I think needs to be
Who?
squabbing. Okay, so I want to see.
Be real.
I'm working.
Nick
on it.
Cannon, Mariah.
Nah.
Okay.
I want to see. I'd like to see if it's gonna be Nick versus somebody. I'd like to see Nick versus Michael B. Jordan.
Wow. You got that role I did.
Now for the battle of the same dude.
Yes.
That's 21 and 22 Savage. Nick should be every role he's gotten. I think I would like to see. I'd like to see a girl fight. So let me just pick a good girl fight.
Ellen and Oprah.
Well, I want two heterosexual women.
So
Ooh.
Queen Latifah's out.
Nicki
Out of
Minaj
there.
and Little Kim.
No, because Little Kim already looks like she lost.
Okay, come on. We don't got that much time. We got 30
no,
seconds.
we have enough time because everybody who's watching this is thinking who. I would like to see Nicki Minaj versus Remy Ma.
Oh,
They have beef for a minute.
That would be.
I would like
Who
to
would
see.
win?
I would like
Remy
to
Ma.
see
Remy Ma.
Drake versus anyone.
Anybody.
Just.
Drake versus Party Next Door. Drake versus no.
I want him versus.
I love
got a
McConaughey.
feeling. The guy with the hair. Him.
Tonight's gonna be a good night.
Yeah. Him versus Will.i.am.
Hilarious.
Or Fergie. Do you think Drake has hands?
Drake versus Meek Mill.
I think Drake has been training in fighting techniques.
Yeah.
And so that is a plus. When you're trained, if you're highly trained, you will beat someone. Even a person who's highly trained will beat someone who's
Because you've seen it before.
even regular build. You'd have to be extremely bigger to win that fight.
Against a skilled person. Yeah.
So I feel like Drake is the kind of person who has a specific fighting style technique that he's been taking for the last 5 years. And no one's really aware of it, but he's waiting for the situation.
What
to
is
show
the
Krav Maga? He's something. There's something.
Just
he's
something.
He's
what if
he's
it's capoeira? What would you do if you saw the Worldstar video of Drake just being like, "Fake love"?
all I need is one move.
Right?
I need one move.
That's
Kick
funny.
you in
I
your
only need
head.
one move. Okay, I'd like to see. Okay, this is real. I would like to see Michael Jai White versus the Ip Man actor.
So, Stefan Urkel.
No,
Who's Michael
Jai
Jai-
White
who's that?
is the black martial artist. He also played Afro.
Oh, I know
Him
who you're
plus
talking about.
the
Black Dynamite.
The black guy.
He's
who's-
really a black martial artist.
He
Yes.
does every black
He
fight
literally
guy
went
movie
to
now.
a tournament from martial arts for the best in the world. It cost like a certain amount of thousand to even like a lot of thousand to enter, and won.
Oh yeah, he's dope.
And you got to be like 100 minutes.
No, he's real. He
Something
does
like
all
that.
his
But
own
the
stunts
other
and-
guy has also done that.
Who?
The actor who played Ip Man.
Oh, the
And he's
Asian,
also now
the
in
Asian
Star
actor.
Wars, and he's also now in several things.
I know exactly.
I would love
two
to see
people
that
you know.
fight.
Oh, that'd be.
That's a
good
real fight.
That should be the top of the card.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a
Be a
real
real
fight.
fight.
I was looking
Okay.
for some. All right, guys.
Next
Want to see
story.
Ratchet stuff?
Next story.
Next story. Do we have time?
Yeah, we have. Do you see a wrap up?
I think the fight we all want to see is Tehran versus Nate.
Ooh.
Honestly, Tehran versus Nate. If it's a
Doesn't
battle of
interest
the
me.
hands, Nate's gonna win. Nate. Not only does he outweigh me, I feel like Nate. But here's the only reason I would win in a fight between Nate and I if it was just an all
you were in
no
your
holds.
car.
No, if it was a no holds barred fight,
you could
it's
bite?
because I have no heart and he has a soul. So I'm like a stabber, poke your eye. I would put a pencil in someone's eye. Like I have
So you
no.
play for Clemson.
I play.
Yes.
I'm just saying I would be willing to
plays
do
for
all those
survival.
things. And Nate
Right.
has a sense of fair play that I don't need to have when it comes to me. If it's between me and you, it's gonna be you. Like I'm not like I will stab someone with a fork, which allegedly has happened. I have no problems doing things of that nature.
right.
So and I don't know, and a lot of people until they do it,
in general, I'm not gonna like stab you with different things that are laying around.
that's my.
Then you're gonna lose.
See, that's the difference.
no,
because
but
that's
this
my
is the
first
thing. If
instinct.
I know my competitor's willing to,
Yeah.
all that stuff is legit.
But that's what I'm saying. It's my first instinct. Isn't when
All right,
people
let
like
me
it's my
just get.
first
I need
instinct
to
just
get an
go
idea
extra.
of your mindset.
Yes.
In this room, what would you hit me with to do the most damage?
First thing.
yeah.
This mug.
No. First thing's TV to the back of the head.
How are
Second
you
thing
gonna
is
stand there and
cord
pick up a
to your
TV
neck.
in front of Nate? And
no, the whole thing up.
Because this is how it comes down. If we're doing this, we're doing this.
Yeah,
right?
I'm just listening.
We're doing this. Okay.
Yeah.
So this is what happens. See, when you have, there's usually a confrontation. There's usually a conversation first, right? So this
No,
is.
we're not talking.
I don't talk.
You can't add a hypothetical conversation.
No, there's.
Tehran, why are you grabbing a TV? No, you
there's
just
a build
you
up.
turned around.
It's a grab and it's a hit, right?
Yeah.
And then it's a stranglehold with the cord. I've already listened.
You have a 10-pound mic cube. in
Yeah, I
front
was gonna
of
say
you.
this is the
No.
knockout.
This is
This
not.
is the real deal. Pick this up.
Listen,
Yeah.
I understand this is.
If you hit
this
me
is
with
it.
this, you won.
Yeah.
This if I get this, I'm not gonna be. I'm gonna. This is
This
how
is
I
in
play.
front of you.
Look. I'm gonna tell you why. I'm
You
explaining.
can
already
defend it, or you
explained
can just admit it wasn't that strong
We're
of a
ha-
choice for things.
We're having a conversation. We're having a conversation. This to me was.
We're having a conversation.
We're having a conversation.
Just so
See,
y'all
this-
know, there's like little cords you gotta grab underneath the TV to get it off the mounting.
Oh, it's
so,
mounted.
like,
I'm gonna
so
wait
you'll
for.
be
I'm
like
gonna
under
be like,
there.
do you need a screwdriver?
I mean, I really think if I just grabbed it, but here's my way of it.
Now you're the Hulk.
This is what happened. I'll give you guys.
So the first thing you would hit is TV.
That was the first
That's
thing I saw.
crazy.
Next
like
thing
what I
is
saw.
a cord to choke me with.
Yeah, I would choke.
Okay. For all of these, I have to not be I have to be holding. I have to
first
stay like
thing
this.
No. You
Nate,
actually
the
have to
first thing
be.
he
We
should
have
have
to do
did
it like Battleship.
was
All right, hit
throw-
me. Now I'll hit you.
was
First
throw-
thing I'm gonna hit is the lights. I'm gonna beat the shit out of you in the dark. Kanisha's gonna be like, yes, yes. I don't know who's winning. I hope Tehran's on top.
Then you gotta have the lights come on him in the
You're a
middle of
big
both you
dude.
guys.
Right. I'm
Hey!
so
You're a big
wet.
dude.
Oh my god, I'm so wet.
You're a big dude. You're a
That's
big
funny.
dude.
That's very funny. Yeah, nah, I don't even care to talk about fighting.
Yeah. But Nate's a beast. I see Nate taking out Soldier Boy and Chris Brown.
Hey,
That's not even a joke.
Soldier Brown.
I think people don't realize. I've
My
seen
whole thing
people
is
go-
stamina. Like, you better whoop my. If
You-
my whole fight is 5 minutes or less.
Yeah.
Ain't no
5
breaks.
minutes is a long time.
And that's all I'm asking for. 5 minutes or less. If I can get 5 minutes out of me, we're good.
You can do a lot of damage in 2 minutes.
You can do a lot of damage in 10 seconds.
Yeah, trust.
So let's not do that. That was a weird segment to get into. Us fighting and why and how. Interesting.
What do you mean? First of all, Kanisha taking both of us.
What other celebrities? What other? Better yet, what celebrity would you put hands on if you could without any consequences or repercussions?
The celebrity I would put hands on.
Yeah. If you could get one good punt, like, pow, and then just run off. No,
I wouldn't even
lights
need to
out, no
run.
paparazzi,
There's
no
no-
truth. You could be like, yo, ask Jamie Foxx about this.
There's no celebrity. There's no celebrity that I would put hands on just to put hands on. But there are celebrities that I would feel more like.
He deserves something.
So not even deserve some. Just like if
Okay.
if he's
Well, you
something.
don't, I mean, who?
For example, if Bow Wow, I'm punking Bow Wow.
Okay.
Like I'm punking Bow Wow.
Okay.
I feel like
Okay.
if I'm in a club, Taylor Swift push me, I'm gonna have to trip.
All right,
Taylor.
now
I'm gonna have to trip Taylor Swift.
who
a little.
is intimidating? You're at an award show. You go to the bathroom. You come back. This person's in your seat. Who are you not
a
gonna?
lot?
Be like,
I mean, you're going down a list of
You're
rappers.
doing a list, and I'm mad that I'm not being asked. I like to hit too.
Can you be next?
No, I'm going through a lot of people. Or as far as it goes for intimidation, I mean, you can
Who
start
are you
with
just gonna be
Suge
like, yo,
Knight.
he can hella have that seat? Suge Knight's not
Gucci. Gucci can have the
Why are you so intimidated by Gucci?
Because Gucci's crazy. Have you seen the video of him just straight? First instinct was to punch the girl in the face. Like that. Listen, I'm heartless. I'm not punch a girl heartless.
okay,
That's a
Kevin
different-
Gates versus
I was
Gucci
about
Man.
to say, yes, I hate him. Oh my
Kevin
gosh.
Gates versus Gucci
Yeah,
Man?
that
Yeah.
would be a good one.
Who would you hit?
I would hit Peter Guns from Love and Hip Hop.
Okay.
Okay.
I hate him.
Who would be in your seat that you'd be like, it's not even worth it, guys. Just let him have the chair.
Kevin Gates is,
Yeah,
is intimidating.
Kevin, yeah, he's there because I know
because
he hits
just
women.
scary
and kicks
eyes.
women.
I'm not even worried about that. It's his eyes. He's got the devil
Woman, you
eyes.
see, baby.
Yeah, I don't think there's no women. I'm not a.
You see, gone.
Yeah, women wise, I don't think there's one in my seat.
No,
that I
I'm
would
just
be like,
saying.
yo,
I just
that's my seat.
Well, Gucci, I would just like.
Latifah.
Queen Latifah, I love her so much that I would be
She's
like, Queen,
listen.
you can
She's
have
the
this seat.
nicest
Precious.
human being.
No, ain't nobody worried about her. I'll be moving.
Monique.
No, I like. These are not people I'm
No,
intimidated
but
to. They're the people I look up
if
to.
Monique, who would win in a fight? You and Monique.
Me,
Okay.
I have hands. That's not a. But my knee is messed up.
So you don't have hands.
I do have hands.
No, your foundation is what your hands are sitting on. If your knees messed up, you're a wrap.
Well, what I'm yeah,
That's why they
I'm worried
run so
about
much.
somebody kicking me in the knee. That's the only thing I'm ever worried. So I can
That
never
ain't
get in a
even
fight
your
again.
knee.
I know. I can never get in a fight again. I can't risk being hurt. But yeah, there's nobody really.
I just like to point out, we don't know how easy these TVs are.
like he's mad.
Okay? I thought TV. I'm so sorry that you guys wanted me to kill Nate and I didn't have a plan. Okay?
At least,
I like Nate.
they at least wanted you to actually get off the hit. Like, can you maim me? Like, you're still over here like, golly, this is complicated. Do you have a flathead? Does anybody have a Phillips? It's a hell of a way to start a
I'm
fight
just
out.
saying.
I honestly feel like with a good enough yank, this isn't going to stay on the
It's
wall.
not
I'm sorry.
staying.
But anyway, so where we at? Because I think this has been a good show. I will go into another story if you say we can.
I would like the last story.
Oh, okay,
and
cool.
I think Steven's
let's
favorite
do-
story.
Yeah, he's
I've been
excited.
waiting for this story. That's the only reason I let
Yeah.
you go. It's an hour and 16 minutes into the show.
Let's go.
And that's our show. No. All right, so all right. Well, basically, Yahoo had a typo when they were listing the trending topics, and Black Twitter went berserk because they were trying to say the Navy needed bigger boats, and they ended up saying the Navy needs bigger
Trump
boats.
wants a much nigger Navy.
There you go.
Here's how much it's. will cost.
There's how much it'll cost.
And it just said
400,000
Nigger
Cadillacs.
Navy, and they put Nigger Navy up for a minute. It
Yes,
was
they
up.
did. It was
Nobody
up for
caught
a month.
it?
No, everybody. Well, not no. Somebody fired, but when I say Twitter caught it, oh my goodness.
Does he want
See, and this
more
is,
black people and niggers are all nationalities?
And then they did issue an apology, of course, and it said breaking hashtag at Yahoo
This isn't a
Finance
real
issues.
apology.
Correction to previous tweet meant to say Army, not Navy.
my goodness.
Apologies for
But people
because it
was
said nigger Navy.
It
nigger.
did.
Right.
This is what I love about black people. We are some of the most creative, and we will turn
Yes.
anything into some BS. I seen a girl underwater in a snorkel, sitting in a long chair, and it says, "When your boyfriend won't answer the phone and he's in the nigger Navy." I was dying. They had
Crazy.
Obama on the phone and was like, "Bet I'm gonna have the nigger Navy over there. They about to roll up." Like,
Yeah. People, there was one. Steven told me about the. It was like the boat saying, "Let's throw all the gold chains out." No, I mean people went out
we
of
don't
their
even
way.
swim like that.
That's what people were saying. Like, it was really
man,
funny.
it was the funny. Like some of these
I
memes
completely missed this.
had me weak. But could you imagine seeing that? And especially, first of all, when you're not black and see something like that, I know they're probably like it makes you more
Everyone
into
gasped.
a panic.
Yes.
We don't panic. We're like, yo,
We thought
what
we
the
knew
hell?
it was a typo.
Clearly, this is a mistake.
Yeah.
The
Let's
B
have
and the
some
N are
fun.
right next to each other, and they just went.
Right.
And Black Twitter went crazy, and hashtag nigger Navy was a trending topic.
Here's my question. What if the person for Yahoo did that from their phone? So that means they write nigger on a regular basis. And Siri was like, "Did you mean nigger? Like, you write nigger more than bigger?" Like, that's what happened. The
Yes.
autocorrect kicked in.
The B and the N are right next to each other.
Yeah.
I'm sure someone got.
Hey guys, I
fired.
got them up on the screen, but I'm a white correspondent,
These-
so I can't read any of these tweets. So.
Yeah. So Steven did bring them up on the screen.
Steven, this is what we want you to do. You read the tweets, and when you get to the nigger part, we'll say it.
Oh
Just
my God,
because
okay.
we think we are allowed to and you're not.
Okay, 1 second.
Don't surprise me, more. Just turn it off at the top.
The AfterBuzz name from. All right. It says, "Hey, be clear. This is my daddy
Nigger.
ship. I've been running
Not there?
things here since I was 15."
Hashtag nigger Navy.
Trump, we got to go to war. Captain, you got gas money?
Nigger Navy.
Hashtag nigger Navy.
Soldier, INDEPENDENT. Sergeant, do you know what that means, sir? Soldier, she got her own house, sir.
Wait, you got that?
It's
Do you know that
I-N-
song? Hold on.
okay.
Do you know the song, Steven? Okay. He's quiet. He got quiet.
This
another
is
song.
this is what this
first of all.
Well, I mean, I know the older song from like 3 years ago.
That's
right?
what it
That's
is.
what
that
it's
is-
INDEMPT.
Wait, nigga. You just spelled it in the fire.
I'm-
What are you
I'm-
I-N-D,
Why am I singing
1, 2,
Wipe Me
3?
Down?
What are you spelling?
Wait for the songs. The
Hold
same
on.
song. Wipe me down.
Wait. Spell it. Do the song.
INDEPE.
P.
Wait, don't help.
Oh, I'm doing the wrong.
No,
Hey,
I had a girl tell me in a message. Okay, listen, this happened.
Nigga
right?
Navy.
So I'm out with the chick, and we went to work out. And after I had my wallet, and she didn't have a chance to go get her purse, and I was like, "Whatever we get, I got you, and don't worry about it." Right.
And then she took you to TGI
Later,
Fridays.
she sent me. No, hilarious. Later, she sent me a PayPal for the amount of what I had spent, and I was like, "Why would you do that?" She's like, "Because I'm independent." And I was like, "Okay." Then she goes, "No," she goes, "I'm my own woman." I was like, "That's fine." And then she goes, "I'm independent." Right? Like she spelled it out. I'm INDEPENT. And I was like, take your independent ass and get out of my message.
can you sing the song? Because I'm
Hilarious.
singing the wrong song.
INDEPENDENT. Do you know what that means, man?
Oh, I'm doing the wrong
She got her own
song.
car.
I'm going to write me down.
No, you can't spell.
No, I can spell, but I'm
Okay,
singing
do
the
it now.
wrong song.
Do it now.
INDE, but that's not the right
No,
song.
no, no, keep
Rest
going.
of the-
See, that's what I thought it was. INDEMP.
Stop, turn it off. Can you go to the instrumental to
Wipe
this?
me down.
No, wait. I need the same song instrumental.
No, we gotta keep reading
you
the nigga
will
Navy.
spell this, and then the show's over. You will spell this.
Hey, this is the spelling test for the nigga
follow
Navy.
me. No, we'll go on strong. Tehran, I am Tehran.
I am Toronto across the board. I want to give a shout out to Olivia who went at me on YouTube, and now we're cool. So
Dope. Mr. Nate Jackson
felt
online.
a
Nate
certain way
Jackson
last week.
comedy.
Y'all know I can.
Say your name first. Say your
my
name
name's
first.
Kanisha Bus, and this is me applying for the nigga Navy.
All right, now spell independent
Here
on
we
this.
go.
Go.
It
starts with an I. Here we go.
I know. INDEPENT.
T.
Independent.
Hold on, I gotta write it
Start
down.
over. Go again.
Here we go.
Start over.
INDEPENT.
Okay,
Yeah, no hands. Now do it one more time. Here we go. It's coming around.
All right, here we go. Here we go.
Let's go.
INDED. I can't do it this
Oh
fast.
my
Here we go. No, in fact,
Headlines with headliners.
INDEDMP.
Yeah, we're done.
Wait,
We're done.
I got it. No, I got it. Here. INDEPEND. Wait,
still
there's
don't
no
know
T. There's a T in independent.
You would lose with
got
a
it.
14.
Headlines with headliners. Come back every week. We're here. It's a beautiful time.
INDETP.
Okay.
Good night,
No.
P in independent.
Oh my
Get it.
God.
INDENBT.
A B?
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll see you guys next week.
Dario Crystal, Tiana House, and the entire BHL staff. We would like to thank you for supporting Black Hollywood Live, the first online broadcast network dedicated to African American entertainment. For questions and comments, contact us. info@blackhollywoodlive.com. Like us on Facebook, tweet us, or Instagram us at BHL Online. And I am the official voice of Black Hollywood Live, Scipio. Instagram me at KingXOBay. Thanks for tuning in.
The views expressed here are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of BHL or its owners or principals.